All right, crack open a tepid Genesee and watch the pictures as they travel through your neighbor's Wi-Fi. It's the Rees Company. I'm Steve Rees, the bull of American broadcasting, alongside the great Chris Morganti. How are you, Chris?
I'm good.
Are you excited?
I am. I understand we have some new Ralph Williams audio to listen to.
Yes.
Pittsburgh's Forgotten Son.
Yeah, self-billed as such.
Yeah. I actually have some news for the folks out in Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
Yes, this weekend the Penguins face mathematical elimination from the playoffs. So there you go. Look on the bright side, Pittsburgh. You still have an entire disappointing season of Pirates baseball ahead of you. They're 1-0 now, so the sky's the limit, right?
Right.
Yeah, and by the sky, I mean fourth place in their division. But, I kid. Of course, we have no problem with the good people of Pittsburgh or their city.
Right.
Yeah, and we're in Philly. We're all part of the same state, right? So we can all look down on Allentown, right? Or Reading. Have you been to Reading lately?
I have, yes.
Yeah. Were you looking to pawn a cell phone? That's the only reason to go there.
You had me pegged.
Yeah. Well, let's get into this Ralph Williams stuff.
Okay, now Ralph Williams, I guess for the new viewers, we should explain, as you said, Pittsburgh's Forgotten Son, but he's a YouTuber, a wannabe YouTuber,
Yeah.
an ex-public access
Well,
guy.
I mean, come on. When you say it like that, it demeans us all.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
what I mean is he intends for this to be his career.
You're not making it any better.
Okay, well, Ralph has a bunch of shows on YouTube, and one of those shows is what I would consider, and I'm sure he would say the same, is his flagship show.
Yeah.
It used to be called The Way I See It with Ralph Williams.
Okay.
But last time we dropped in on Ralph, he had acquired a co-host. So that show is now called The Way We See It with Ralph Williams and Bill Cannata. So
Now, what do we know about Bill Cannata?
we know that he and Ralph are in a DJ business together, like a live event DJ situation.
Right. DJ Fun. is
DJ
what you're
Fun.
referring to. Yeah.
So if you call up DJ Fun and book them, you will get either Ralph or Bill.
And what is Bill's background? Is he
Ex-pro bowler, I believe.
Oh. Yeah, are you like me and the only Pro Bowler you know is Ernie McCracken? Right. I think 90% of the population, that's got to suck to star in a sport where a fictional character is way more popular than any real athlete. Athlete, I guess. I mean, why not? They're athletes. Sure.
Right. Yeah. So we're going to join Bill and Ralph as Ralph tells an anecdote out of his life. But first, Chris, you've performed stand-up comedy many hundreds of times, correct?
Probably, yeah.
About how many times during your set would you repeat the same joke? Same performance, same joke?
I don't think that's ever happened in the same set.
Really?
No.
Okay.
I would call that a faux pas.
Well, with that in mind, let's hear Ralph tell his story.
Unreal.
Last year, this was funny, although it wasn't funny because for the reason we were in Youngstown, you know that.
Yeah,
But we had a few laughs. There was this place, it was a Chinese restaurant, it was in a strip mall right by our hotel, and it was called Happy Buffet. And the appearance of the place, dingy drapes and all that. Look, my mom goes like this. She says, we ain't eating in there. I go, why? She says, it don't look like a happy place.
That's one.
It says Happy Buffet. Happy.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine.
And I got to tell you, Bill, I didn't see too many people going in or out of that place.
It didn't
So
look happy.
Happy Buffet.
Yeah, absolutely.
When she said, we ain't eating in there. It don't look happy.
That's true.
The drapes were dingy looking. I mean, almost like a bar rescue thing, dusty drapes and, oh my God.
I can't even imagine. Mom, when she says, "Oh gosh, that's crazy stuff, man."
She said, I hope we're not eating in there. She said, that don't look happy.
Number 3.
Well, we had to laugh. We had to laugh somehow, considering the fact of why we were down there.
No, absolutely.
And Youngstown's one of those depressing cities. So
I got you. No, I got you, brother.
Yeah.
No doubt.
There's not too many reasons to want to go to Youngstown.
I don't really have any reason to go to Youngstown.
Well, you know what? Every city I hit that I'm at, for some reason or another, I always go to or try to go to one of John Taffer's bars that he rescued.
Yeah.
And we didn't get to make the two that he rescued in Youngstown. We didn't get to make it.
Gotcha.
Because we got, we were so tired from being at the hospital all day. It was just, it was brutalizing,
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
But yeah.
We found this one Chinese restaurant that delivered. They had good food. It was called or what was it? The Dragon Inn or something. Yeah, their food was good. But Happy Buffet didn't look too happy.
4 times, Chris.
Yeah.
Ill-advised as a stand-up, you would advise against repeating the same joke over and over?
Well, it's I see this from all the time from people who've never done comedy. They're not used to getting laughs, so when they get one, they feel the need to cash in on the
right back to the
what
well.
they have there. Right. I will say, Ralph looks. Having a co-host seems to suit him. He seems much happier than we're used to seeing him.
But that surprises me because Ralph typically just talks over his co-host.
Yeah.
So the co-host has relegated himself to just agreeing with everything Ralph says. Or saying, oh, yeah, totally right about that, Ralph. Yeah, that's crazy. Because if Bill tries to tell a story or add something, Ralph will just talk over him and bowl right into what he was going to say next.
You got it, Steve. You nailed it.
So that is that's a little Ralph Williams for the new folks. We'll be hearing more from him another time, but we're going to do something else tonight. This is something we've not done before.
Okay.
We're going to check out
We're going to entertain people?
Well, hopefully. I think we do that fairly regularly. I'm sorry you disagree, Chris. We're going to watch a retro corporate video. Now, in your life as an employee, Chris, have you been subject to these?
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, all the time.
Any memorable ones come to mind?
Yeah. I saw one about a year ago where it was about how to treat people who have disabilities in the workplace. And somebody held the door open for a man in a wheelchair, and he objected to that. And it was pointed out that, they're capable. You don't need to hold the door open for them. But the thing is, at this place where I worked, when I saw this, it was a normal thing to just hold the door open for people.
Common courtesy.
Either the person behind you, or sometimes you'd stand aside and let a whole line of people go through. What are you supposed to do? Slam the door in the wheelchair guy's face? It didn't seem like good advice to me. But
that seems to be company policy, yes, Chris.
Yeah, so F them is, I guess, their policy.
Well, I used to be a delivery driver, and maybe again soon, because you didn't like, comment, or subscribe. Hey. You don't want to be the reason for that, do you? Did you go to high school? Okay, how about you tell all the people you went to high school with and for some reason still have in your life, why don't you tell them what we do here? They might like it, even if you're about to tune out. Well, anyway, I didn't mean to...
Yeah,
I didn't mean for things to turn ugly. But as a delivery driver, I had to watch one of these corporate videos about looking out for pedestrians.
Okay.
And there was this nonsense statistic, something like when you hit a child with your vehicle,
oh boy,
the likelihood of a fatality rises something like 400% for every 5 miles more in speed you go an hour. Now, those are very sobering numbers, Chris, at face value. But with a split second of critical thought, you realize that percentage stays at zero if you simply don't run over children.
Okay.
Don't treat it as though like it's some sort of foregone conclusion.
It's an inevitability.
Yeah, I'm going to plow my way through a netball tournament.
Yeah. When you hit a child.
Yes. I was insulted.
What to do when you hit a child? Was that the name of the video?
I was insulted by that assumption. Well, the film we're going to watch tonight, it was made for employees of McDonald's in 1992, and it's called Doing Whatever It Takes. And it features a celebrity intro. In fact, this is a surprise. This episode of The Reese Company contains 2 legendary bulls.
Oh, okay.
Let's see part of this.
Called Doing Whatever It Takes. Now you're probably wondering, what does Michael Jordan know about satisfying the customer? Well, let me tell you, when I step onto the basketball court, those 18,000 screaming people aren't just fans. They are my customers. They want to see more than just a basketball game. They expect to see a show. No matter what kind of day I've had, when I put on that uniform, my customers expect behind-the-back passes, long three-pointers, or great slam dunks. It's my job to deliver it, and I love it. When you put on your McDonald's uniform, your customers want more than just quick service with a smile. They expect to be treated as a guest in your home. And if you hadn't had the greatest of days, it's up to you to put on a show and do whatever it takes to satisfy your customer.
Okay, now that's disingenuous and condescending, and Michael Jordan knows it. People paid money to watch him play, not to watch basketball with a capital B, but to watch this man play basketball. No one cares who makes their fries. There's only one right way to make fries at McDonald's. And if the 15-year-old or 83-year-old, how many things do those people have in common? If the 15-year-old or the 83-year-old who run the fryer, if he calls out, they get some other teenager or senior citizen to take his place, and no one's the wiser. These people are completely replaceable. Now, Chris, pull Michael Jordan out of the 92 finals.
Okay.
Yeah, and replace him with some other random 28-year-old.
Right.
Hey, you're bald. Grab a jersey. You're in.
Yeah.
No matter how jolly that cat pretends to be, in spite of his difficult morning, that move would not have satisfied the customer.
So you don't think this was money well spent by McDonald's getting Michael Jordan to appear in this?
Well, I think it might have been. I think someone might have been dazzled by the celebrity addressing them.
You think some C-suite at McDonald's just wanted the chance to meet Michael Jordan?
Possibly.
And that explains this video?
That's another possibility. Now, before we get into
there were some. This did kind of spark a trend, though, of NBA players making these types of videos. I don't know if you've seen any of these, but Jeff Van Gundy, How to Make a Hot Dog the Brazzers Way. Did you see that one?
I didn't see
No.
that.
How about Mookie Blaylock? Is this mayonnaise still good? A Subway sandwich story. No? Okay. Enough of that.
So we're about to get into the meat of this film, so to speak, but there are two things I'd like to point out. This is unique to the corporate training genre. It's a meta film, a movie within a movie. We're watching the making of a film, and that's the film itself. Very postmodern. And also, I believe doing whatever it takes, that's what we're about to watch. I think it should be shown in every film school. So without further ado, let's dive into this.
I think doing whatever it takes should be shown at your local brothel, but that's just me.
Okay.
Hi, how can I help you?
Whoa, cut. Hold it. Excuse me. Jim. Come on, that's the wrong line. Help me out here. You're supposed to say, hello, welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order, please? That's the way you always say it.
Oh, Dave, sorry, but that's my fault. Well, I was talking to Jim a little bit earlier, and he said that he was feeling really stiff having to say, welcome to McDonald's, over and over again. So I told him what we tell our people all the time. Say what feels natural, but say it with a warm, sincere smile. I thought it was great.
Well, you're the real manager here, Barb. You
Yeah, I'm just a multi-Clio award-winning commercial director with a master's in film from UCLA. Hey, when you're done hanging the out-of-order sign on the ice cream machine, I'd love to hear more of your notes.
I think her real-world experience should be valued in the making of this film.
I think his should be as well.
Well, fair enough.
But he probably agrees with you, Chris, because his response is not facetious at all. In fact, he tells the crew to take 5 so this Barb gal can continue lecturing him on how the script doesn't matter. She even has a hype woman who enters the fray.
To insist that all of my team do everything strictly by the book. I mean, everything from the way they greeted the customer to how they took the order and so on. Well, I started to notice that everybody seemed a little stiff. I mean, really inflexible in the way they were serving the customers. And the customers weren't particularly responsive either. So I decided that I really needed to call a meeting. I needed to talk about this. Right, Lisa? You were part of the team, man.
Well, yeah. We kicked it around and everybody agreed. We just didn't feel natural constantly repeating the same thing. So we decided to lighten up a little, like ad-lib a bit when we were serving people. And it worked.
It really did. People's personalities started to show through. I mean, they really started to have fun. And the customers, they really enjoyed being treated like individuals, too.
You know, that really makes sense. It's like, well, I know that actors sometimes need to ad-lib a line or two. It makes their performances more natural.
Okay, a moment ago you said the opposite. You told an actor his ad-lib was unacceptable. What's going on over here, Chris?
I don't know, but I would say this. You should go one of two directions in this, and they went a third one. And you should either get real managers to play these parts, you know, people who would actually say these things, or get competent actors that seem like real managers. They went to get the direction of getting bad actors that don't sound like employees or professional actors. So this is, I mean, I guess we're not grading this as we normally do movies.
No.
But this is not good.
Well, I have a theory about why he's so quick to abandon his artistic vision.
Okay.
This is the man's first directorial gig following a lawsuit alleging sexism that was not decided in his favor. So he's just glad to have found work, and he's not taking any chances. And here's why I think this should be shown in every film school. This is a great example of how not to demonstrate on-set leadership. This man has failed to define clearly who is really in charge here, and now his goal, his vision, is now compromised. And the assault continues. Take a look at this.
A fillet of fish, French fries, and a small Coke, please. Will that be a large fry, sir? Yes, please. For here? Yes, for here. All right, your total comes to $3.19. I'll be right back with your order. Thank you.
And cut. All right. Look good to me. How about you, Barbara?
It's looking better.
Better.
Well, it still seems a little stiff to me.
Yeah,
I like the opening, and then it starts to get a little formal. Now, maybe could your customer be a little more normal?
Normal?
Yeah, maybe a little less polite.
Oh, okay. Mr.
Okay,
Customer.
less polite. Now, can
This
we show the
time,
screenshot,
Take 3.
Jim?
And action.
Thank
Due
you.
to
Come
content
again.
rules and our own personal sensibilities, we're unable to show this actor's quote-unquote less polite ad-libbed exchange with the actor behind the counter. His unfortunate choice of dialogue led him to being kicked off the set, losing his SAG privileges, and although he never expressed the desire to do so, he was preemptively banned from ever owning a basketball team.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So after the dust settles on that shocking turn of events, two folks discuss their professional similarities.
Uh-oh.
And from what I've read in this script, our work is a lot alike. I mean, we're both performers. We have to remember a lot of things. We face an audience, and we both need to smile. Now, the only difference is my audience is the camera and the director. And if I don't get my lines exactly right, I can do them over and over until the director yells, "Cut." That's a keeper. Then I feel as if I've done a good performance. But you only get one shot with each of your customers.
Wow. I guess I never thought about it like that.
Well, of course you haven't, because it's bullshit. The only thing this actor and this McDonald's employee have in common is that on this day, they're both being bossed around by the manager of a McDonald's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But no, to be clear, no one here is an actual McDonald's employee, which is obvious, right?
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. The whole thing seems off to me.
Okay.
They're supposed to be teaching people to be polite to the customer, right? Why overcomplicate that? You don't need Michael Jordan. You don't need this whole backstory of on the set shenanigans. Just tell your employees, be yourself. Unless yourself is a jerk, then don't be yourself. Be something other than yourself.
Well, they probably
just don't be mean to the customer. Is all they're trying to say.
They probably
why go through all this?
Entertaining way of presenting it.
Okay.
Well, let's check out the end of this next scene where it becomes clear that the coup is complete.
Your change is 15 cents. Enjoy your lunch. Come back and see us real soon.
I gotta get out of the car now.
Don't worry about it. I'll have somebody else get it later.
Wait, what?
Here.
Oh.
Your order's ready at the next window, and have a nice day.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
So what were you saying, Lisa?
I wanted to talk to you about it.
Sorry I had lived that last. It just seemed like the right thing to do.
Oh, no, it was great, really.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I guess it's become clear to all who wears the stain-resistant pants on this production. Yeah, good old Barb has wrested the control away from our embattled director. Now, we're going to see a little of the final vignette of this baloney. This is hold on here. This is I'm trying to find Ed Renzi. He was the then president of McDonald's USA, and this is his final monologue. It's very long-winded, and it's mostly malarkey about thinking on one's feet and enhancing the customer's experience. He does say one thing, though, I think we can all agree with.
And I know you can do an even better job than the actors because you know the system.
Okay, well, we all know Barb will be the final judge of that. So that's all about that's about it for doing whatever it takes. Chris, anything you'd like to add?
No, I've said my piece about that. Like most corporate videos, completely unnecessary. It could be sent in a memo, but anyone who reads would get more out of than any of these videos that have ever been made. I think it's some kind of scam, frankly, that's going around. Some company that makes these things and convinces companies it's a good idea.
You don't think these are all done in-house?
Yeah, okay, maybe. But I think the intention is maybe in that case it's maybe the human resources department or something, give them something to do.
Well, I think more than likely they have a budget for this particular thing, and the employees in that department need to spend as much money as they can to keep their department going.
Oh, that's a very logical explanation. Yeah, certainly we agree. The explanation is not that these things are valuable.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, in that case, I think we did it. For Chris Morgani, Jim Corhan, I'm Steve Reeves.
I have one more thing I want to throw in. 2 days from now, it's going to be Easter Sunday, right?
Well, from the time we're recording this, yes.
Yeah. Now, why is it that it's the only freaking holiday that's not the same day every year?
But no, Thanksgiving changes.
No, it's always the third Thursday unless there's like an off Monday or some. You still know what day of the year it is because it's the third Sunday in November or third Thursday in November. Easter, sometimes it's in April, sometimes it's in March. I was watching the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix the other week, and they had to move it because of Ramadan. Is this the one thing Christians and Muslims can agree on? Is that they're going to play potluck when their holidays occur? I don't understand. Why can't we be the same day every year? Do we have an explanation? I remember asking this question once and got answered with, it's the liturgical calendar. I don't know. Well, I've never looked that up on Wikipedia.
Who were you asking?
I don't care. I think this is when I was a kid, and somebody that's the kind of answers you got when I was a kid. It was either because that's the way it is or some BS like liturgical calendar. I'm pretty sure the person who told me did not know what the liturgical calendar is, and I never bothered to look it up. But now I'm wondering, why? Do we have any explanation for this?
Well, I was not prepared with an explanation for it, so I can't find. If we'd like to take the time to look it up, we can do that.
Jim, is that something you can Google real quick?
Okay, Jim's also curious about this.
Jim says he's also wanted to know the answer to this for years, as have I, and yet no one ever bothers to look it up because once Easter is over, you're like, who cares? We need some of that music that we're waiting. Like a Jeopardy music or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Or the countdown theme. Okay. Oh, here we go. Find out why the date of Easter changes every year. Can the folks see this? No. Barely.
Since the days of early church times, I think
history determining the
I'm also leaning
date
away from the microphone to read it, so I don't know.
Is a continued argument. For one, the followers of Christ neglected to record the exact date. So nobody...
Well, that's the same thing with Christmas. We don't know what day of the year Jesus, if he actually existed, was born.
It's just
we just decided on a day. Just do the same thing with Easter. Is that really the... Well, that doesn't explain how they determine what day.
Well, there's a simple explanation beneath it says.
Yeah.
And it also has to do with the moon. Easter is a movable feast. Oh, like a food truck.
Okay. Well, they make it sound more fun than it is.
They wanted to keep it close to Passover in the early days.
Okay. So again, now we have not just the Muslims and the Christians, but also the Jews. They all agree we're just going to play helter-skelter with this, the most important holiday in our religions.
Okay. Yeah, prior to 325, Easter was celebrated on the Sunday immediately following the first full moon.
Okay.
After the spring equinox.
Oh, well, that's easy to remember.
But today, it's always celebrated on the Sunday immediately following the Paschal, is that? Full moon.
Oh.
So there you go.
Well, there you go. Well, that makes perfect.
That's okay, based on historical tables. So
which I believe is another word for the liturgical calendar.
Okay, is everybody satisfied now?
No, because that's stupid.
All right.
Frankly, let's all agree that's really dumb and not a way to decide anything.
Okay.
But okay. I don't want to add too much time onto the tight show that we just did. So
okay, well,
happy Easter, I guess.
Well, no one's going to see this by then.
That doesn't matter.
It does. All right.
That does not matter.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, for next year.
Yeah,
early Easter for next
nobody
year.
knows what year it is. All right. Again, Chris,
So
we're long dead before anyone knows we're even doing this.
But that's no reason not to talk about things that are going on.
Okay. I think it's a very good reason not to talk about things that are going on, but that's all right.
I guess I should have mentioned the Pittsburgh Pirates then.
It's fine.
Because they won't have a 1-0 record by the time people see this, so I should not have brought that up either. I mean, whatever. Let's just end the show.
I tried to moments ago.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.